Why do birds hunt? Well, mainly because it's fun. They have been doing it ever since they were born and have gotten pretty good at it too. It helps them to explore the area they live in and can also be an effective way to gather food when food supplies are low. Sometimes, like in the case of these 15 feisty birds hunting their food fearlessly. Number 15. Mother bird eats up own babies. This mother dove is taking her responsibilities and feeding her baby dove. Until now, everything is normal in the nest. Suddenly, the mother hears a crow in the vicinity. Once the mother acknowledges the crow's presence, she begins to rebuild the nest. After 2 days, she stopped feeding her young and even tried to push them out of the nest. Here is a mother with no scruffles. When she figures out the newborn is dead, she begins to eat it. To assure her survival, this bird lands on the nest and immediately begins killing and eating the chicks in the nest. Is it related to them or is it an invasion? My guess is as good as yours. The defenseless chicks can't do anything but endure the attack and try to survive. Thankfully, their mother arrives and confronts the intruder, which flies off immediately. Number 14. Stork kills babies. Storks are excellent parents. Adult birds are recognized for their parental devotion, feeding and caring for their offspring long after they have learned to fly. In times of food scarcity, black stork parents have been known to kill one of their fledglings, usually the weakest, to lower brood size and increase the survival chances of the remaining nestlings. These two storks are spending some time with their offspring in the nest. One stork decides to fly away momentarily. Once the other stork is alone with the two youngsters, for some reason, it begins to attack them and eventually kills them. Upon the return of the first stork, the killer stork takes off immediately. The returning stork doesn't seem to notice the murdered babies and just stands there looking out on the estate. One of the babies is actually still barely alive and moves to the edge of the nest, so much so it falls off. The adult stork pretends he didn't even notice. Suddenly there are more little storks in the nest. I guess they adopted a few so they could kill them. The same stork continues to kill the other babies. I guess this isn't a very friendly foster home. This mother does everything she can to raise at least the other 3 girls. Unfortunately, she does it in such a way that we humans find it unbearable to watch. One of the newborns is getting a beating, and the stork is crushing its head, after which he places the baby on the edge of the nest. What mystifies me is how much suffering she makes the little guy go through instead of just killing. In one shot, she takes breaks in between mangling him to death so he doesn't die right away. In this nest, there are 4 young storks, but there is also much younger and smaller stork newborn. For some reason, the mother decides to remove the smaller one and place them on the edge of the nest. That's not a good sign, if you ask me. Papa Stork returns from the store to see what's going on. The smaller stork looks dead. This stork daddy gets hungry, and after mistreating one of his babies, he tries to swallow it whole. I guess times are tough, and they eat whatever they can. I'm not so sure I would want to be born a baby stork after seeing all these cliffs. Number 13. Eagles killed their own sibling. This video reveals cannibalism in a white-tailed eagle's nest on the Norwegian island of Smaller. The eagles grew up in quite distinct ways. One grew at a typical rate, but the other eventually ceased growing. The tiny eagle died and the bigger sibling began eating it. This has never been captured on video before. This young eagle attacks his sibling under the supervision of the mother, which doesn't seem to mind the assault at all. I guess it's part of growing up for bald eagles. After pounding on his sibling, the young eagle turns to mom and asks if he can continue, which he does all with the benediction of his mother. I'm not sure what's going on in this household, but something is not kosher. This eagle has kidnapped the baby swan and is slowly prepping it for lunch. The family household. It plucks its fur and continues the preparation under the watchful eye of his partner. Number 12. Sparrowhawk attacks greenfinch. Greenfinches come to feed in the spring. Up until autumn, the sparrowhawks do the same, and this could spell danger for the greenfinches. The sparrowhawks are much bigger and will prey on the greenfinches. As you can see in the video, this sparrowhawk has captured a greenfinch and has killed it. It's now plucking the feathers and beginning to eat it. This hawk finds a young defenseless bird and doesn't hesitate to eat it right away. Another bird flies around the area trying to disturb the hawk. Perhaps it's the mother of the chick, but the hawk is immovable and fully concentrated on killing and eating the little bird. Number 11. Falcon attacks nest. Here's a falcon with no scruffles. He crashes a nest and grabs one of the chicks. When the father returns to feed the remaining hysterical chicks, he feeds them, but doesn't seem to notice when is missing, or does he? In the stillness of the night, It's quiet and calm in the house until an aggressive intruder comes crashing in. The chicks are left alone while the mother is making sure the attacker is gone, after which she returns to protect her family. There's one sane and normal mother. At least there are a few tricks in this nest when suddenly 3 full and grown birds crash the nest. Applied infused, and one of the invading birds is killed. You can see the mother lying on her chicks at the back of the nest, so I guess the dead bird tried to snatch them, and Mama was there to protect them, and did a great job. Number 10. Cuckoo bird. Here's a cuckoo bird that doesn't appreciate being ignored. When it's time for feeding, this mother cuckoo bird feeds one of her chicks, but barely goes anything to the second one. The young cuckoo doesn't appreciate it. Besides yelling like a cuckoo, he decides to peck his mom. Cuckoo bird moms are not recognized for being great mothers, and this cuckoo bird mom left the nest after feeding her young. She's already better than most cuckoo moms. These babies are yelling at the top of their lungs, and it attracts a predator to the nest that doesn't waste any time snatching one of the babies and dropping the other one to the ground. He swallows the chick whole and then takes off. The cuckoo mother hasn't returned, so the predator scouts the area to see if there are more chicks to eat. Number 9. Eagle hunting monkey. Just moments before, this beautiful crowned eagle had killed a Simango monkey. The eagle was attempting to transfer his kill, but the video demonstrates how heavy it is. As cars begin to pile up, the eagle became agitated and flew into a nearby tree, leaving his kill on the side of the road. This eagle has captured a monkey in order to feed his family. It returns the kill to the nest, where the family can feast on a hearty meal. This eagle brutally killed his poor monkey, and the eagle decides to eat a little brain before flying away for the afternoon. Number 8. Seagulls. A single predator rules over this haven. The world's largest gull, the great black-backed gull, is out looking for food on this day to catch their prey. They use keen vision and excellent flying ability, but the nimble rabbits can quickly hump away into the safety network of the burrows. Unsuccessful hunts raise the stakes. And with chicks on the way, the stakes are high for gulls to sustain themselves and their nesting partners. It's not uncommon to see obstinate gulls battling for helpless prize. And for those who win, as tensions rise, their reward is a delectable meal which can be gulped down rather alarmingly as food for a seagull. A rat is almost as common as a fish or sparrow. True, there are larger rats that are nearly the size of a rabbit. Nothing can prevent a gull from devouring a rat whole. While hunting mallard chicks from the air, a large gull catches and consumes a small duck chick. Many young flightless ducks are swimming around looking for food, and because they can't fly away, they are easy to catch and eat, which is why a predatory bird will hunt and find them. A wide variety of predators and predatory birds prey on young flightless ducks. Gulls are predatory flying birds that hunt and eat a wide variety of aquatic animals as well as grains, nuts and seeds and fruits. When the opportunity arises, gulls have an uncanny ability to attack and consume other animals. Number 7. Magpies. This bird doesn't appear to be bothered by the presence of this crazy magpie, but it should be. The magpie waits a few seconds before striking, then violently grabs the bird and flees. A few feet away from where they met, the magpie continues to attack the bird before walking away. This magpie attacks this rat, and the rat doesn't get back up. After the killer bird has softened the rat, the magpie transports it to a more secluded location to eat it. When the owner of this house went outside to investigate the noise he heard, he found 2 blue tits fighting a magpie. He couldn't see anything out of his bedroom window, so he went through the bathroom window. He missed most of the attack, and by the time he got his camera, the little guy was either dead or on his way to his funeral. The person filming had no idea magpies were so dangerous. Number 6. Jackdaws. This jackdaw is no pity for the sparrow. When it sees it, it jumps it immediately and plucks it to death. This jackdaw attacks a rat on the sidewalk. The rat tries to get away, but the jackdaw keeps pulling it by the tail to get closer to it. It looks kind of funny, but I'm sure the rat doesn't appreciate it. Here is a jackdaw biting into a small snake. It takes the jackdaw a lot of pecks to soften up the snake so we can eat it. The snake doesn't have the time to escape because the bird is pecking it relentlessly. Number 5. Ghost. Ghost sharks have been used to hunt live prey, including rabbits, pheasants, and other animals for centuries. Because of its extraordinary agility, speed, and razor-sharp vision, this bird of prey is known as the ultimate hunting bird. The jackrabbit has no hope of escaping this crisis. It flees and tries not to be captured. The ghost, however, has the edge in the air and launches an assault with surgical accuracy. But the bunny fends it off, forcing a second attack which is successful as it fends off a ghost. Watch this jackrabbit fight for his life. This bunny can run and jump like a special ops bunny. But it's not enough to save its life. This goshawk appears to be bringing a bird, possibly a pigeon, back to its nest for a nice dinner. This goshawk flies in to kill a pheasant, and after the kill you can see it picking its feathers out. Look at how quickly this ghost smashes up this rabbit. It takes seconds for it to complete the objective after its handler releases it. Number 4. Golden Eagle. This golden eagle soars above a roe deer which it has selected as its next meal. Despite the deer's best efforts to evict the eagle swoops in for the kill and clings to the deer's back. The eagle's handler runs alongside the two animals as the deer tries to flee for his life. The eagle performs excellent work and completes the job successfully. Watch as this massive eagle snatches a mountain goat, flies with it, and then throws it to the ground where it lands as a ball and rolls down to the finish line where the eagle devours a ready meal. This video shows how this eagle has perfected his technique for hunting larger animals with the least amount of effort. When this eagle latches onto a goat, and the two of them roll down the side of a cliff strewn with boulders, it bites off more than it can chew. The eagle takes the brunt of the fall, and I wouldn't be shocked if one or both of the twins were damaged. When the eagle lets go, the goat escapes, but the eagle is shaken. This eagle is perched atop a rather large snake and isn't allowing it to move. The eagle takes advantage of the circumstance by biting pieces of flesh out of the snake while standing on it and clamping it with its powerful talons, preventing the snake from retaliating. As the eagle stands on this deer's back, blood can be seen running down the side of its body. What happens next? The deer is clearly too big for the eagle to carry away, yet the eagle is incapable of killing it. Number 3. Swan. Throughout the world, mute swans have been introduced to lakes, ponds, and slow-moving rivers. These birds can be highly territorial. Despite their exquisite appearance, the mute swan has a wingspan of about 8 and can weigh up to PS 28. Mute swans have been known to kill dogs to protect their nest. This unfortunate dog tries to go swimming, but the swan is irritated and informs the dog. Fortunately, the dog was able to safely reach dry land. We all know eagles are fierce and predators, but watch how quickly this white-tailed eagle forgets about his bubble bath and flees. When a swan tries to attack it, a swan swoops down on another canine. The dog is impatient and swims as quickly as it can to shore. It swoops down at the swan, perhaps thinking to itself, "Wow, that was one crazy bird." Swan attacked his 14-month-old Czech Shepherd dog. The swan's handler yanked the dog out of the water before he could go full self-defense on him. He'll be completely developed by the age of 2 if he hadn't been properly trained, as handler believes. He could have turned on the swan. No. Number 2. Shrike bird. The shrike is a raptor-like songbird with raptor-like characteristics. Shrikes can't keep their prey for long enough to eat it, so they impale it on surrounding spikes to establish territory or track females. They usually gather skills among prickly bushes. This small mouse just wants to go about its business without bothering anyone. But the shrike has other ideas, and the mouse dies as a result. In a matter of minutes, the shrike has dispatched the unfortunate mouse. This shrike has killed a small frog and is looking for a suitable location to impale it. It tries, but fails to make up its mind. This loggerhead shrike swoops down on a sparrow and starts eating it while dragging it around. This small bird reminds me of some of the larger animals we've seen so far in our countdown. No names will be mentioned. These individuals were hoping to catch a hawk with a sparrow as bait, but by coincidence, a gray shrike became caught in the bow chatter trap, and it was their luck to capture this sight. A long-tailed shrine kills a frog and impales it in a tree. It searches for the ideal location to do so, but it is choosing and it carries the dead frog about until it finds it. Number 1. The Great Horned Owl. Here you will find one of America's largest and most powerful owl species, the Great Horned Owl. As dusk gives way to darkness, he gazes down into a forested clearing. His eyes have been fine-tuned to allow him to see in the dark. But perhaps most significantly, he listens feather. This make up his earlier horns. Nobody knows what they are for, but they're not related to hearing in any way. His actual ears are buried beneath his head feathers. The one on the right is slightly higher than the one on the left, a fraction of a second after the other. One ear perceives sound. This enables him to pinpoint the source with incredible accuracy. There's a slight rustling in the dead leaves. Another evening hunter is on the hunt, a deer mouse. He's looking for insects and seeds in the leaf litter. The owl hasn't yet fully tuned into the sounds, but that will change with a head turn. Its head rotates 270 degrees or 3/4 of a full rotation. His hearing directs his light-sensitive eyes where to look. Both of his basic senses concur. Once the target has been locked, The owl deploys another secret weapon, fringe wing feathers, to quiet any flopping sound. It's a win-win situation for the owl. The owl can hear its prey while soaring, and the mouse has no idea what's coming and will never know what hit him. After a quick chase for this owl, a rabbit is returned. The male owl made the kill, and now the female owl returns it to the nest. It's not every day that you can come across a hunt like this. This great horned owl has been spotted holding a muskrat. Great horned owls are generalist hunters in developed regions, preying on everything from other birds to small animals, including the occasional pet cat. Seeing this one hunting in open water is an exciting new experience. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they are uploaded. That's it for now.